sorry.
I take it the interview didn't go too well.
Lawyered up. Strictly no comment.
Sounds like a guilty conscience.
Sounds like we're screwed. Our only link to these rapes is Carl. This morning he waived his right to representation, so what's changed?
His parents got involved.
But it's only natural they're going to want to protect their son.
No, I think it's more than that. Margie Jackson's statement says she caught a glimpse of her attacker. There was a tattoo.
Yeah, Navy thing. So?
Well, I thought I saw some Navy memorabilia at the Thomas's house. So I did some checking. Brian Thomas served in the Royal Navy. The family also used to run the Homely Hotel, which is near where the victims were seized.
Carl's protecting his father.
That was reception. Brian Thomas is down there now. He's come for his son.
Mr. Thomas?
I thought this matter was finished, Detective.
I've only just started.
How dare you? After all that's happened...
We know Carl was there when Margie Jackson was raped. The question is, who else was there?
Jack, maybe this should wait.
Now, you tell Carl not to comment. Was that because there was something you didn't want him to say?
Tread carefully, Detective. I've been patient up until now, but I can very easily get my lawyers to draw up a harassment suit against you if this carries on.
Well, we can end this right now. Have you got a tattoo, Mr. Thomas? On your right shoulder?
What? No!
And you won't mind proving it, will you?
Brian, what's happening now?
Policeman's making a fool of himself. He wants to look at my shoulder, so if you wouldn't mind pulling up my shirt, darling. Satisfied? If you come near my family again with this nonsense, I'll do everything in my power to get you fired. Now leave it, Jack.
That family's hiding something, and I'm going to find out what. Hello, Margie.
Mr. Meadows. Things aren't progressing well, I hear.
Well, we haven't given up. In fact, I think you might be able to help us. We think we may have found the place where you were attacked. A hotel. We're not sure.
You want me to go there with you and see if it rings any bells?
You don't have to if you don't want.
I don't want to. But if we're going to do it, though, we're going to have to do it right.
How do you mean?
When it happened, I had a hood on the entire time.
You're right, Margie. You don't have to do this if you don't want.
No, I need to do this. I've run away from it long enough. There was music playing. It was loud. And at one point I fell over. He dragged me up with the back of my hair. I heard the sound of metal. There was a fire escape. Just like this. Exactly. This is the place. I'm sure of it.
You said in your statement after about an hour it stopped. And your attacker suddenly started to cut you loose.
I thought it was all over. Next minute, bang. Smacks me in the side of the head, smokes me out. I woke up in the middle of nowhere. It's funny. Doesn't look like the Bates Motel, does it? The terrible things that happened to you.
Jack.
Excuse me.
I've just had an interesting chat with the owner. Turns out she used to work for the Thomases.
Does she remember Carl?
Oh, she remembers the whole family. And Annie's brother, Martin Hodge.
Well, he lived here.
Same age as Brian. And Martin sticks in her mind because he was a bit of a Jack the Lad, you know. Was a bit miffed when he disappeared all of a sudden.
Just after July 1986.
She also remembers that Carl and Martin were very close. She says he idolised the guy.
Well, I should get Carl talking.
Brian and Carl aren't here. You shouldn't be here. Brian will go crazy. What do you want?
We want to know about your brother, Martin.
What about him?
Well, he lived with you at the Homely Hotel, didn't he?
Yeah, for a while.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
Not for about 20 years. What is this about? Is it still about that woman, the one that was raped?
What were the circumstances behind your brother leaving the Homely Hotel?
I don't know, right? I wasn't here at the time. I was staying with friends, and when I got back, Martin had already gone. Brian said he caught him with his hands in the till.
And when was this? It was July 1986, wasn't it, Annie?
Well, that's all you knew. You haven't spoken to your own brother for 20 years. All because your husband said he was nicking from the till.
Well, you don't understand. Brian knew Martin probably better than I did. I met Brian through Martin. They were friends together in the Navy. Look, whatever's happened, it is in the past. My boy Carl, he's innocent of whatever you think. Please, leave us alone now, right?
No, sorry, we can't do that. Not until we know the truth of what happened at that hotel. We need to talk to Martin. So if you could tell us where he is.
You don't know?
Know what?
Martin's dead. Accident at work. We buried him 3 weeks ago.
We can't afford to leave it like this. I mean, Carl clearly thinks he's capable of violence and rape. He thinks he might have done it to Julie. I mean, that kind of pathology must come from somewhere.
You think Val Thomas is dangerous?
I don't know. But I want to be sure before we pull the plug on this investigation.
Come on, Jack. It's one thing to watch your uncle do over some Tom, and
That's all he ever were for you, wasn't it, Thomas? Margie was right. She never had a chance of getting any justice with you and me on the case back then.
Now, you hang on just a minute.
Go. Carl and Brian Thomas are downstairs.
What do they want?
I want to give a statement about some rapes in 86 or something.
We're here to tell the truth. All of it.
Don't make me do this.
We have to, Carl. There's no other way.
We were living at the hotel and sometimes I go up and mess about in the loft. One of the young guys who worked there showed me where you could peek into one of the guest bedrooms. I'd sometimes spy on people. And this one night, I can't remember why, but I was up there really early in the morning. I don't know, it must have been about 2. And there was this loud music playing, but I could hear these noises coming from the room. So I went to the spy hole and I looked down. And there was this woman. She was on her knees. She was wearing this hood and her hands were tied behind her back. She had a gag, you know. But it didn't stop all the noises. And the noises were... She was in pain. That's what the noises were. It was pain. And there was this man doing things to her.
Raping her.
And hitting her.
Who was the man, Carl?
It's my uncle. Uncle Martin.
So what happened next?
That's when Carl saw Martin leave the room.
Can let Carl tell the story?
The woman was still tied to the bed. I had to do something, so